But so let's say you get through season one, Caleb, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you have a business. Like money's coming in. It looks like this thing can
Yep.
go somewhere.
Or you got a new product or service within your corporation and you go, hey, this thing's there's some traction here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then what? What is, you called it the execution, season of
Season
execution or
two.
something.
Season two, yeah.
Season two, I think, is the execution season. And this is where you go, okay, we've got revenue coming in. We think we've got a model, a derivative, a department, a new endeavor, or a business that works. But we're not really that profitable. We got to, pull up our adult pants and like treat this like a business and get better. And I think that's the part where EOS or an operating system like EOS comes into play, because it just gives us the basic blocking and tackling of how to run a business, which is so helpful. I'm more visionary with ideas, and I'm not as good at the day-to-day operations and putting a scorecard in place. So I'm looking at numbers every week and putting an accountability chart in place so that I can see who sits where and the bullet points of what responsibilities they have, what they do for the business, or the meeting rhythm and an agenda to have the agenda for every single week and have that meeting consistently, and the rocks, the top priorities for what we're going to accomplish in the next 90 days. It's such a helpful framework for us visionary types that tend to be all over the place with the next idea, the next connection, the next thing. To have that kind of operating system makes us so much more efficient, helps us be more profitable, helps us like commit to and stick to some of our goals for at least 90 days. and we just get more traction. That's the famous book that EOS is based off of, is traction. And that's what you get. You get traction, which allows you to get momentum so that your business can grow.
Yeah, I see with our clients, and this was true for Nine Stone as well, is that in this season two, it's really hard to still stay focused on those things that are going to be most beneficial to the business and to generating income for the business. So, for example, here's just a really simple example. We'll sign a statement of work with a client where we map out what we're going to do. And it's all about execution, strategy and execution, right? Day two, it's all out the window because there's all these great new ideas that we had never talked about, right?
Yeah.
And then the question is, how are we going to prioritize all these things, right? How do you all handle that? The idea of staying focused enough to actually see results.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, Alex. It's like a scope creep happening where they start expanding their vision and horizon. It's kind of interesting because when we get involved, we find that it empowers them because now they're getting our help.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
they get excited. We're doing the work that they couldn't do. But that sometimes then makes them think, let's do other things and let's get us to do other things. And so, no, our statement of work says what we're going to do. And we have to stick to that. If we don't, then we're going to fail at doing what we said we'd do for you. So I find it just a conversation of let's just keep our eye on the ball and we'll get there. We just have to have patience.
Yeah, and I think that it helps to have another adult in the room. That someone, the EOS language is, if there's a visionary, that visionary needs an integrator. That's someone who's like, okay. Those are 10 great ideas. Thank you for those. 8 of them we're never going to do. Let's just be honest. These 2, yes, that one is good for Q4. And this one, yeah, we can brainstorm this one for next quarter. So it's someone that's kind of like a filter, and that helps me go, yes, or yes, but. And so it's encouraging because I know that I can trust them to actually execute my ideas, but they're also going to save me from myself and help me remember that I already was really excited about these other 2 ideas last quarter. Let's see them through.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the new idea next, in the next 90 days.
Because Caleb, don't you find that, that sometimes, your clients are underestimating how long certain chunks of work will take?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we underestimate how long, we underestimate how difficult, and we underestimate the involvement that it's going to require from other members of our team.
Yeah, I started the business, I went into execution phase without me. I'm in the EOS language, I'm a visionary as well, and I had no integrator, which meant that our team would chase down lots of my ideas, only to find that most of them failed. Like new ideas about our business. Now, some of them would really hit, and that was great, right? Being a visionary through COVID really helped us through COVID, right? And on the backside of COVID. But now having an integrator type person in our business has helped me kind of see through many of these ideas and just find the one or two to focus on and put effort, money, resources, all that stuff behind, right? And that has actually moved the needle in our business. And we see that with clients as well.